Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm here on the best laptop in the world, so the quality is superior to any YouTube channel that you'll ever watch. So yeah, we got a nice little pump yesterday, and obviously it feels a little bit like an alt season at the moment. It definitely feels that way. Trading volume currently on Binance on Bitcoin as well is 22, well not 22 billion, that would be good, 2.22 billion in the last 24 hours, which is good. Again, reaching up to the 38,000 is quite likely. I was saying on the Telegram last night that I'm a little skeptical about 36. I feel like there might be a rejection on the 36, and more or less we're getting that now. And just to be a little cautious about taking positions, just as I was saying yesterday on the XRP video, just a little cautious about taking futures positions at resistance. Because if Bitcoin does pull back here, there is a chance that we can pull back first of all to around 34, and secondly all the way down towards 32, maybe even 33 over the next few days, over this week or whatever. But it's not too much of a problem. This is where new opportunities will present themselves, basically. So not being too overexposed at this moment. But let's face it, everything's had a decent pump. What, we're doing this for 3 weeks now? Is this the fourth week now of consecutive impressive altcoin gains in the face of the trolls who disbelieved it when I was talking about it like 3-4 weeks ago, saying that there could potentially be an alt season. Now, the word alt season, I say it because there's no other way to really describe it, but basically it's not a rotation event alt season. It's basically a catch-up season, really, for altcoins. They're still living in wrecked city, and to be fair, over a longer period of time, these entry points down here, even if you are buying resistance in spot, probably going to be pretty sweet over the long term. But short term, again, from a trader's perspective, we are looking at potential resistance and rejection and pullback for Bitcoin, and that normally will drag the market down a little bit, and we might be seeing that now. But again, long term is very different. Let me show you something here on the weekly. One of my favorite setups and signals. We've got ourselves a trend signal on the weekly for Bitcoin on the Ichimoku cloud. So this basically consists of just 3 components. Basically, price above the cloud, a cross, conversion baseline cross, positive one above the cloud, and the Chiku span above price action. So this would be cancelled out if we dumped down into and below 29,000, and then I suppose between 29 and 30,000 over the coming months, really. But we'd be pretty safe to see this continue, provided Bitcoin remains above 30,000, we'll say. 30,000 is more or less the safe zone for the next, this is going to be like the next 3 months or so. That's pretty sweet, isn't it, really? So long as Bitcoin can maintain 30,000, then yeah, we should be good to go. This is a trend signal, not an immediate straight to the moon signal. This can trend within this area. I've been saying for pretty much the entire year that the accumulation zone for Bitcoin is going to be between 20,000 and 40,000, which is just like the previous cycle's 6,000 to 12,000 sideways accumulation zone before it breaks out and goes mad. All right. So, if we do come back down to 30,000, hey, guess what? That's just the center of an accumulation zone. That's all it is. It's not a massive problem. It might feel like a problem for those who are overexposed into altcoins if we do come back down to 30,000, but it's still just a general accumulation zone for Bitcoin and a sideways accumulation area that we're probably going to live in for a little longer. If we do break outside of 40,000, that doesn't mean that it's over. This means that we could wick above it, just like we did previously in the previous cycle. We wicked up and above 12,000. We made our way to 14,000, didn't we, for a period of, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, and then came back down to earth. 6,000 again wasn't the absolute floor. We wicked down below that with the March crash, only to be dragged back up inside that accumulation zone again. So yeah, wicks, fine. But generally, price action, I believe, is going to live in this area probably for quite a longer period of time as well. But this allows for a decent trading environment. The longer you can sit in an accumulation and trade within a range, that suits traders. It's frustrating for hodlers because you want it to just keep going up and up and up and up. But it's good for traders because you basically get to wind back time, do the whole thing all over again, and rinse and repeat the entire environment. That's good for traders. So, but yeah, it's also good for hodlers if you've got the patience, which a lot of people don't have. But I know that most of my sort of followers, Patreons and whatnot, we talk about patience and time in the market all the time. And buy, hold, and stake is almost become a bit of a motto, really, because generally speaking, hodlers will end up, the ones who will, do best. Over trading can sometimes yield less returns, depending on how much attention to detail and luck as well. I suppose is something that we have to accept in crypto, because we always have targets in crypto, don't we? Saying, oh, this is first take profit, third take profit, fourth take profit, but then sometimes things just rally on, go to the moon. Matic is a good example of that. Last time we were trading Matic really well in the last cycle, over and over and over again, and getting 2, 3, 400% rallies and taking them for what they're worth. But the hodl bags that we had absolutely dwarfed any of the trading. So if you would have just bought the lows where we did, and rather than taking profit on the way up, if you just kept that you'd bought, just allowed it to do its 100x, then yeah, I mean, trading almost feels obsolete. But again, you can't put all your eggs in one basket, and trading is still my bread and butter. Right, so outside of Bitcoin, I'm still bullish on XRP. Atom looks good. All altcoins basically following Ethereum's chart, which is slow on the higher term time frames, but bullish on the 4 hourlies. Ethereum looks pretty good to me, and a pullback. Let's just say Bitcoin does pull back. Has that maybe a dump or a consolidation or whatever you want to call it. Ethereum, provided Ethereum at this point now holds above 1700, we'll be good to go. So using Ethereum again as like a barometer of health for the entire market, for the entire altcoin market, as well as Bitcoin, obviously, might be a good way to trade altcoins as a proxy, rather than looking at their own charts. Some charts are obviously stronger than others, and with those, you could probably take them on face value. But for a lot of the market, they're just trending as the market moves. But most altcoins are looking like this or better, and on a 4 hourly basis, this is pretty good. The one that I'm probably most interested in as a wild card is this one over here, the XTC. I like the 4 hourly as it's only just brewing a golden cross over here, back down here at 4.9 cent, which is a big drop for where we are right now. The 4.9 cent to retest the golden cross. The 4.9 cent more or less is the Bollinger Band center as well. And again, this one did a huge rally and it's consolidating. It's bouncing off a 200 exponential and simple moving average. As far as I can see, this is ready to break out and go back up to its previous highs and maybe beyond. What you want to see is a consolidation like this consolidate into a major moving average and then basically form a V-shaped recovery and a continuation of the rally. So I'm pretty interested in taking a position in this one, just not at this level. I'm prepared to miss out. That's fine. I'm prepared to miss out. Also, because I'm using this laptop, that indicates, I'm sure, to all of you that I'm not at home and I'm away on holiday. So not particularly looking to overtrade this week, if trade at all. To be honest, I'm quite happy to miss out on trades than ruin a holiday glued to charts and stuff when I really should be, having a nice time with the kids. Lastly, a coin that we've not really looked at in a while, and something that I am generally overexposed in, just from a fundamental perspective, is Ocean Protocol. I quite like this on a fundamental basis, and I've been looking at this bit by bit here, there, and everywhere. And we are breaking out now on this one, a breakout on all time frames really, with a view to move up into the upper 50s on a weekly basis. Outside of that, not really looking particularly great, but momentum is building and a fresh cross taking place on the MACD now. So this one does look like it would likely have the power to move back up to its previous local high around 58 cents. What it does from there is a different story. Now, I don't know if you've noticed in traditional markets, but AI, it's wrecked at the moment, but it has become a thing. And altcoins seem to move through association with that thing. So the altcoin traditional market blending together to have a AI season. We've already had an AI season to which Ocean did benefit from doing a 500%, 600% basically, 5 or 6x, which was good, and then tailed off. this actual altcoin actually does warrant moving with AI because it feeds AI. So from a fundamental perspective, this one is primed fundamentally to benefit from that AI boom. And if it does take place again, I would expect this to move again. At the moment, AI is not really moving in traditional markets. In fact, all of tech sector is sort of been consolidating. But as we saw yesterday with the Fed saying we're probably going to keep pausing now, and so I think that the stock market, although consolidating at the moment, is getting ready to turn back up again soon. And if it does actually look like it's entering into a prolonged downtrend, guess what's likely to happen? They might lower some rates. Yep, it's true. They might do that and start to stimulate the economy, that fake ass economy. And anyway, I just thought I'd bring it to your attention. There's a couple of altcoins out here that I am very interested in. Like I say, I'm overexposed already with Ocean. I've got a lot of Ocean, but XDC from a trading perspective looks pretty good. And obviously all the coins that I've been talking about recently, like Algo and XRP, good from a trader's perspective. But just be careful, because right now, yeah, we did have that rejection so far around the 36,000, as I said, might happen yesterday. And we seem to have had a reaction from it. Whether we have continuation from it is a different story. But if we do, it's nothing more than an opportunity in the making. Moving down to 33, 32, maybe a little lower. All of that is going to be great because, as far as I can tell, as long as we're above 30,000 now, this trend on the weekly for Bitcoin is ready and it's going to continue. And over time, we will break out of the 40. The longer we live down in this area and maintain that setup and signal, the better. And I feel like I can place a little more trust in the market long term with a setup like that. Right, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.